Hi everyone, good morning. I am coming at you from the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, Philadelphia. And this video, I hope the first of many, I'm recording to introduce this channel called the Dharmayana. And the Dharmayana is something I've been thinking about for a couple of years as a Buddhist practitioner of about 20 years and as a psychotherapist. Essentially, it is bringing two ancient roads together. The first road being the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, which is, as the Buddha taught it, about 2,500 years old. Of course, he said that there was an ancient road leading from suffering to happiness that he discovered that had become overgrown with weeds and covered in leaves and mud, and he swept it clean and showed others how to walk it, with the purpose being the transformation of our suffering into freedom and joy, liberation. And the other road is a road no less ancient, and that is the road of working with sacred plants and traditions that assist that work, that have been preserved in certain parts of the world since time immemorial, since the written record, since before anyone can remember, passed down from warm hand to warm hand, from teacher to student. These traditions have been very beautifully preserved, among other places in Peru, where I've had a chance to study recently. We'll be going back there shortly to study more. And I think that we're at a very special moment in history. I think it's obvious to all of us, where it is given to the generations alive right now to change the course that we're on. And the generations that will come after us will have a much harder time doing that, because certain things are irreversible when it comes to nature and the environment. So I think a special kind of spiritual path is called for, and I think many of us around the world are thinking about how to bring together all of the extraordinary traditions that our ancestors have passed down to us, that we now can learn about for the first time from one another. So there are many ways to do this. I am a Buddhist practitioner and am discovering for myself, and I hope I'll be sharing with you as I walk the path myself, how to put these two beautiful traditions together in a way that can heal our trauma, because our own wounds, both from this life and that have been passed down to us through the generations, must be healed in order for us to create a society of peace, a society of justice, which is the only way that we can live in harmony with nature, with this circle that we're a part of, an inseparable part of, completely interdependent with. We need to heal our own wounds. We need to create peace. And we need to very, very profoundly transform our relationship to nature and our understanding of our role in relation to the circle that we are simply one dot in. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's our spot in the dance. So the Buddhist path is extraordinarily powerful for the transformation of the mind. It's been extensively tested scientifically at this point with literally thousands of studies. And it is a science of the mind, as the Dalai Lama likes to say, that allows us to enter into deep presence, and access states of profound joy, live in community. And the path of the sacred plants, such as ayahuasca, certain mushrooms containing psilocybin, is also being studied scientifically by some of the best medical institutions that we've ever created. Johns Hopkins, NYU, the Imperial College of London. All around the world right now we are studying actively the extraordinary power that these sacred plants have to heal depression, anxiety, trauma, wounds that sometimes cannot be touched by other healing ways. And in addition, we're now seeing science emerge that is showing what people that have worked with these plants have always known, that through a sense of awe and through a sense of unity with nature, we emerge from these visionary experiences that the plants provide us with an incredible sense of love and belonging and connection to nature that did not exist in us previously before the visionary experience. And I use the word love very purposefully. It's a kind of sense of kinship or even romantic love, friendship, all the different ways that the heart flutters in relation to our friends, family, children, and loved animals. It begins to move in this manner in relation to trees and water and the sky. So that is an incredibly important transformation for us to be able to access in this day, because we're not going to be able to solve the climate crisis using only this tool. As beautiful and powerful as that tool may be, we very much have to use what is here and what is in the body. And so I very fervently believe that by bringing together the Buddhist path and the traditions and lineage of the people that have worked with sacred plants throughout the centuries and millennia, we can do it. We can heal ourselves, we can create flourishing communities, we can actually have a lot of fun along the way, and we can survive. We can preserve this world for the generations to come, and we can become ancestors that people down the line will be proud of. They say in the tradition of the Six Nations, of the northeastern United States where I am right now, that we have to think in every decision about the coming 7 generations. So that's the task right here, to create together, because this will ultimately emerge together, a path and a spiritual community that will take care of the coming 7 generations through taking care of us, will transform their lives through the transformation of our hearts and bodies and minds and spirits, and will preserve our spot in this dance. So that's what I am setting out to do with you, with your help. We will, of course, have to work on it all together, whether it is from the framework of a sacred plant Buddhist community such as the Dharmayana, or other mystical traditions, Christian mystics, Jewish mystics, Muslim mystics, Hindu mystics, the native traditions. Because we're not going to actually be able to do this without realigning ourselves with a sense of awe and a sense of the sacred. That said, one doesn't necessarily have to believe in something that we commonly call God. One could find it by sitting around a fire with one's friends and hearing a good song in the woods, because there's a danger of being tripped up by words. However, the word sacred has spoken to people very powerfully across millennia and remains a very useful word. So that is the word that I will be using. And I think that's great for today. I'm very happy to be starting this. And I very much look forward to people I'll be meeting along the way, so we can put our heads together, because the solutions, both the road and the solutions that we find along the road, are going to emerge from us coming together, thinking together, striving together, fighting together, and empowering ourselves together. And with that, I'll leave you for today, looking forward to the next time we connect.